Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is part 5 of Intervention. Enjoy. There wasn't much more to say after that, so Hawks left begrudgingly, leaving you and your things in Darby's care for the night. He'd come back and get you in a few days' time. You woke the next day, not knowing where you were, let alone who you were for that matter. Your head pounded and your eyes stung. Your tongue felt like the Sahara Desert too. Rolling onto your side, you groaned and blinked to clear your vision. On the beat-up bedside table was a glass of water and a blister pack of ibuprofen, so you reached for the pack and popped 2 pills out and then drank them down and lay back. It took about 10 minutes for the throbbing in your head to die down, but then you sat up and looked at the door. The bed creaked as you sat up and the door opened. There was Darby standing there. "You're awake? Thought you died in your sleep," he commented. "Wish I had," you mumbled and lay back down again. Darby walked in and sat down on the end of the bed, remaining quiet as he sat there. You didn't say anything either. "So what happened?" Darby asked after a while. "What do you mean?" you asked morosely. "That dick you called your boyfriend," Darby said in a dark voice. "What happened?" "You found someone else," you said in a quiet voice. "Good. You deserve better," Darby said. "No, I don't," you whispered. "Shut up," Darby said strongly. "No, you shut up. Leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with anyone anymore. Since I can't leave this life, I'll be alone for the rest of it. Screw everyone," he stated. Surprisingly, there was no emotion in your voice. You'd hit rock bottom and had gone completely numb. "You sound like me," Darby smirked. "What food do you want? I'll get twice to bring it in." "Don't care," you replied. "That doesn't fool me," Darby said with a grunt as he got up. "Forget that I know you, and I know what you like. I'll get it in." And then he left the room. Even though you didn't feel any particular emotion, you did feel a little better knowing that someone cared for you. Hawks got to your work early the next morning and spoke to your boss, explaining that you needed some time away and that you wouldn't be answering your phone, but you were okay and that he was on it. Your boss was a good man and respected that you needed space, so let Hawks guide this one, but asked to be kept in the loop. "She'll be staying with me for a bit," Hawks said. "But at the moment, I have her in a safe place, away from everyone." "Very well," the boss said, leaning back in his chair. "Make sure she's safe and call me if you need anything." "Right," Hawks replied with a nod. "I'll be in touch." And then he left to go and set his place up for your inevitable stay. Darby walked back into the room a half hour later with a bag of food and sat down on the end of the bed and then opened it and pulled something out. The smell of it was incredible to your now hangover-healed nostrils, and you inhaled deeply as you sat up. Darby eyed you, but didn't give you any food. He wanted you to ask for it first. You sat there for a bit, and then finally caved. "Pass mine," you said, stretching your hand out. "The hangover swallow your manners, hero?" Darby asked indignantly. "Please," you grunted. "I'm not giving you anything with that attitude," Darby replied, rolling his head to the side and giving you a half-lidded stare. "Fine, be like that," you grunted, flopping back on the bed and rolling so you were facing away from Darby. "You gonna tell me what happened? Full story? Or do I have to burn it out of you?" "You wouldn't," you replied with a snort. "Don't test me, I don't have morals," he replied, fire dancing in his cold blue eyes. "I'll burn those scales off that you so dearly love. You complain of being disfigured. Let me show you what it's really like." You rolled your eyes and huffed. Darby annoyed you because you two were the same, except he was a lot colder than you. You took everything to heart still and it cut you up inside. "Start talking," Darby mumbled through a mouthful. "Oh, let me see. Where do I start about the toxicity I endured with a smile? I did so much for him. He treated me like crap, but still I hung around. He ruined me. Hope he's happy with what he's done," you said bitterly, staring at the wall. "And you're stupid because you believed him," Darby commented before taking another bite of food. This comment really made you snap. You were at the bottom of the pit and he just had to step on you like that. "Oi," you hissed, activating your quirk as you sat up and turned to face him. "Don't push me right now. I'm on the edge. You're about to meet your end. One drop of my venom and it's curtains for you." Your pupils elongated and your fangs grew as you stared him down. He rolled his head to look at you, those lackluster turquoise eyes showing just how much he did not care. "Bite me," he said calmly, staring you down. "If I'm wrong, bite me." There was a heavy stare-off between the two of you, and he took one more bite before pulling his food down and standing up. Slowly he lifted his shirt, his cut torso littered with aggressive purple swirling scars. Even with the horrendous amount of scarring, he still looked fit as heck, standing there just looking at you. "I'll never be free of these. You and I are the same," Dabi commented. Then suddenly he dropped his shirt and lunged at you, knocking you back onto the bed and pinning you there with one hand around your throat. You hissed and forked your tongue at him, fangs ready to sink into his hardened skin should he present the opportunity. "You're the strongest of the heroes, but you're weak. I'm the strongest of the villains, but my old man said my constitution was weak. I could beat you in a fight any day, because I don't give a damn. That's the difference between us. When you grow a pair of balls, come and talk to me about being discarded and abused." "Screw you, Dabi," you hissed at him. "This isn't about you." "No, it's not," he said as he leaned down over you, his eyes flicking from your eyes to your lips. The mood shifted slightly and you deactivated your quirk while he held you down. For a second you thought he was going to kiss you, but he didn't. His lips were so close to yours though. "At least I have my self-control intact," Dabi grunted as he pushed off you and walked back to the food. Your heart rate was up something terrible at Dabi having been so close to you. It was pretty hot when it came down to a simple yes or no question. You slowly sat up and cleared your throat. "Can I have some food now, please?" you asked. "That's better," he said as he pulled your food out and handed it to you. Hotness of Dabi level 100. Yes, thank you. Tick that one off. See you in part 6 tomorrow.